In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to finish your winter tree landscape collage with a foreground, middle ground, and background. So in the first video, I showed you how to make the trees big, medium, and large for foreground, middle ground, and background, and how to put patterns all over them. So all your trees should have patterns on them at this point, okay? So once you have done that, then you're going to go pick a piece of colored paper in the collage center. The big paper, it's 12 by 18 inches, and it should be on top of the blue paper organizer in the collage center. And make sure that you have your name and your class code written on the back. So this is called your base paper, the colored paper for the background. Then we're going to be making our snowy hills. So you're going to get a piece of white paper that's also the same size as the background base paper, 12 by 18 inch, and that's located on top of the blue box. Now you're going to draw a wavy line, this is kind of like hills, and you're going to cut on that line and just cut the paper in half on that line. These are going to wind up being your hills. So one hill is going to look like your foreground, and one hill is going to look like your middle ground, and then your base paper is going to be your background. And that's going to kind of give us a sense of depth. So now we have two separate hills. So I want to get my paper that has my name on the back, my base paper, and I'm going to arrange these so that this hill appears a little bit higher than this one. Okay, so we don't want to have them, you know, super low like this. We want to have one a little higher than the other. Then you're going to glue your middle ground down first. So you're going to pick this up. Okay, so I glued around the outer edges. Same thing here. Gluing around the outer edges. Okay, make sure it's lined up to the edge of the paper, and then press down. So now I have my hills and my foreground, middle ground, background. Now I'm going to add my trees. So I want to get my trees, and I want to first organize them by size. So I'm going to make a pile of big ones, a pile of medium ones, and a pile of small ones. So kind of big, medium, small. So you can just go through and sort them accordingly. Once you've done that, then you're going to arrange them. So let's pretend I did the whole pile. You're going to arrange them with your biggest trees in the foreground, your medium trees in the middle ground, and your smallest trees in the background. Now, another trick that you can do, so this is your foreground, your middle ground, and your background. Your background's all the way here. Okay, so all the way right on the edge of the hill. Another thing that you can do to give this a sense of depth is you can overlap your trees, like I did here. So if you look here, overlapping trees on the same ground, like two big trees in the foreground, two medium trees in the middle ground, two small trees in the background, also gives you a sense of depth. When you're done with this, you can add your paint snowflake dots. So all that you do is you go get a cup of white paint that will be out in the painting center for you, and a little brush, and you just do some little dots, okay, and you can do some of them in front of your trees because that also kind of gives a sense of depth, because then you see the snowflake is falling in front of the tree. So once you're done doing this, then you will be all finished with your winter foreground, middle ground, background landscape collage.